Hey guys, how's it going? It's Pip. I'm coming at you with the mid-year check-in tag. Now, I was tagged in this by the awesome Aussie Renee. Love you so much, man. And the tag is originally done by Harriet, Rosie. I'll link all the peoples down below. You know the drill. But this, I've been resisting so hard doing this tag because I got really excited when I first saw it on Harriet's channel, and then I went to write my answers to it and realized what a mundane reading year I had had, and it was kind of a bit heartbreaking, but that's okay. That's okay. It can't all be good. Can't all be good, and I need to remember to share that with you too, so you don't think booktube is this glorious fairyland where everyone reads the best stuff ever and there are no bad days. Also, and because when a fellow Aussie tags you, you gotta go. You gotta do it. Question number 1, how many books have you read so far this year? This year so far, I have read 60 books, which is pretty good for me. This is the most I've read since I started doing the Goodreads challenge. Gold star to me. Question number 2, what is your favourite novel that you've read this year so far? And for me, I've picked 2, one graphic novel, one fiction, because I've read a lot of both of each category and they're different art forms, let's be honest. So my favourite graphic novel has been My Favourite Thing is Monsters by Emil Ferris. Excuse me, car. Rude. It inspired me so much. The story itself was wonderful and just all the feels. All the feels. And then my favourite fiction novel that I've read this year is Fingersmith by Sarah Waters. Love me some historical fiction, guys, and Sarah Waters is just nailing it for me. No pun intended. For me this year, and I love her work so much. It just is so real. I never see her twists and turns coming. She makes me love and hate characters. Nobody gives me the feelings like Sarah Waters, so has to go to her. Question number 3, what's your most disappointing read of this year so far? And it has to go to volumes 3 and 4 of Rat Queens. Like, oh man, guys. I don't know if I expressed to you how much I loved volumes 1 and 2 of Rat Queens, but like, I loved that book. So good. And then when I was continuing on with the series, volumes 3 and 4 were just awful. We're just gonna pretend they didn't happen, and that Walsh and Shepherd are still alive, and that Serenity never crashed, and they got the second season they deserved, you know? Like, that's where I'm at with this. We're just gonna pretend volumes 3 and 4 never happened. Question number 4, what genre have you read the most this year? And that's pretty much a tie between graphic novels and sci-fi. Sci-fi / fantasy, if you want to group them together. I read a lot of those, and this year is no exception. So, those? Question number 5, name a newly discovered favourite author, and for this, I'm going to choose Eleanor Catton. I read The Rehearsal recently and loved that book. Loved that book. It was so good. I don't know how she made, I don't know how she did that, you know? I don't know how she did it. Number 6, name the most surprisingly good book that you have read, and for me, this has to go to Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I'm quite intimidated by classics, I'm not afraid to say it, but having Dan Stevens' dulcet tones read it to me and the book for me highlighting, I just was really surprised by how engaged I was with this book and how many thoughts I had about this book, and just overall the impact it had on me. I was not expecting that at all. So if you want to read Frankenstein, would recommend. Number 7, name your most anticipated new release, 2018 release, blah blah blah. I don't really follow the new releases, so I'm not very good at that, unless they've had the hype on the booktube, and at which case, you know, it's hard to tell the difference between arcs and new releases, so I just don't follow them. But I do know that Sarah Moss, Queen of My Heart, is coming out with another novel this year, and I'm so excited for that. I cannot wait. But I also don't want to read all of them too fast, because then there will be no more Sarah Moss, you know? Like, it's like, what do you do? Number 8, what is the next big priority for my reading? Well, to be honest, this tag has given me the opportunity to really reflect on my reading and how I'm not really happy with where it is right now. For all the good books I've read this year, it's kind of just been a pretty meh sort of a year, and I wish it wasn't. So I think my bookshelves and my TBR and I need to have a bit of a heart-to-heart. At the moment, I just have all the books I would love to get to at some point on my Goodreads, and there's like more than 200. I can't read all those. So I think I would like to drill down and really think about what books I want to read this year and do it, maybe. We'll see. TBRs never work for me, guys, but we'll pretend they do. Number 9, what has been your bookish highlight? I have a couple of highlights for you. One of them has been rereading The Name of the Wind and discussing it with a couple of friends. We just, oh, it was so good. It was such a good experience. I really do not like The Name of the Wind. Rereading it and annotating it and really kind of coming to terms and being able to express what it is I really don't like about that book was an amazing experience. And then to be able to talk it out with some people who really love the book was really interesting, and I'm really glad I did. And then secondly, aside from all the new bookish friends that I have made in Melbourne, which is just like so cool, I also found a little bookish zine. I have to show you guys, hang on. This is Chicklit by, what's her name, Karys? I don't know what her surname is, Karys. And this just made me so happy. So happy. It is called Chicklit, a kind of poem about books that made me a feminist. And in it, she just has all these books. And I never thought that I would get so many good book recommendations from a zine. It's kind of blowing my mind, guys. So it's been really, really good. If you ever have zines near you and you ever come across any literary or like book focused ones, please let me know, because I am so super curious by this now. I've got the bug. I got me the zine bug, and I can't wait to see what else Karys brings out, because I just love them so much. So much. Thanks, Karys. You made my heart. Number 10, who do you tag? So I'm just going to go ahead and tag all my Aussie ladies. Channel names and links in the description below, but I want Jasmin, Lucy, Catherine, you're an honorary Aussie now, just by the way, Catherine, Amy, and Stef, and Kyra. You guys should definitely all do this tag. And then for my international babes, we've got Beth, Codie, and Meryl. Meryl? Am I saying your name right? I hope I'm saying your name right. Anyway, I hope you guys do this tag. I would love to see what you've got. I mean, maybe I've already watched some of your tags. Maybe you've already done these videos. I don't know. But like, consider yourself tagged if you haven't already. This was a really good opportunity to check in with myself and with my reading, so I hope you find that it's a great opportunity to do that too. But other than that, I hope you guys are having a really awesome day, and let me know what you think about all the things in the comments below, because you know I love that we chat. Anyway, so have a chat to me down in the comments below, and if not, I will see you in the next one. Bye!